call the Logansport Parks and Recreation Board regular meeting February 12th, 2025 in order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Eamon, you want to read the mission statement?
Sure. The Logansport Parks and Recreation Department is committed to building a vibrant and healthy community for future generations through accessible recreational facilities and programs that promote physical health, social engagement, conservation, and cultural appreciation.
Reminder, all visitors, please sign in with your names and addresses at the podium. We all received a copy of the minutes from January 8th meeting. Are there any additions or subtractions that need to be made? Okay, with there being none, we'll move on to old business.
So, we did the RFP. We had 3 banks respond: Logansport Savings Bank, Security Federal Savings Bank, and Horizon all responded. And from this one chart that I included in your packet, you can see where they all were at. Obviously, the Security Federal had the lowest rate at 5.13%, which obviously made the annual payment a couple $1,000s less than everybody else. So I would like to propose that we continue negotiations with Local Security Federal Savings Bank. We know we've got some changes in the amount that we need to borrow, but I think 167 is the max, right, Kyle? So I don't know that we're going to have to get all of that kind of money, but I still have some negotiations to do with her on that. Of course, that's Lynn Ness is working that one for us. So anyway, so that's any questions on?
So the cost of the simulators is not going to go above 167,000?
Right.
Okay. What was the original price we talked about?
What?
The original price that we talked about when we started talking about this, was it 160?
No, it was like 167.
Okay.
So that's what I included in the
Okay.
RFP.
Okay. Questions? With there being none, do I have a motion to accept the loan RFP to purchase the stone simulators at Dyckman and for Jan to continue negotiating with Security Federal?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You and Lynn can spend some more time together.
Yeah, and I love them.
I know you do. I know you do.
I do. I love her. And then Kyle put this business plan together, and I don't think you guys got a copy of it here last month. So I wanted to be sure you got this. We did include that in the information that they got with the RFP. So hopefully that that gives you a little more information about how much it's going to bring in and what prices will have to be and things like that, or competition. And anyway, thought you'd like to have a copy of that as well. Is there anything you want to say about that, Kyle or Dean? the business plan that you guys put together?
I think that's pretty well placed all out.
I think so too. And so we are talking with the Parks Committee on Friday at 1 at our office about this. So if you have time, if you can get away from your office or
Or my bus?
your bus. Mike, if you want to, Friday at 1 o'clock in our office,
Valentine's Day?
or if you want to do a.
Do we have Valentine's there?
That's our Valentine's activities, yeah.
Yeah, you have to bring chocolate.
And sing, right? Serenade.
So Karen come over to me this afternoon here about 4:30. Do you got any chocolate? Do you-"
What's this meeting for? I'm sorry.
To go to hear more about for the Parks Committee, the council's Parks Committee, to hear more about this business plan and our request to do a loan through Security Federal.
Because it has to be approved by the city council.
So that meeting is here or at the Penman?
And then,
Oh, okay.
yeah, in the conference room.
Sorry, what time? I'm sorry.
I'll send you guys an invite.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, new business. Personnel to be hired.
We interviewed 2 candidates for pool manager, assistant pool manager, Gracie Kitchell, who's been on our pool staff for 2 or 3 years at this point. She is a sophomore at IU, getting her teaching degree in music, and she is an exceptional person. I was just blown away by her skills. She's the first person, honest to God, I think she's the first person that ever showed up to an interview dressed to the nines. She looked great, and nobody ever does that. It's the parks, I get it. So it was, that was, she was certainly impressive, and I think you guys will all be impressed with her. The assistant pool manager would be Valeria Cortez. Here again, another person who is obviously very good at time management, because she's doing not only keeping her grades at the top level, she is involved in, I think she's running all the stage stuff at the McHale complex, or the McHale Auditorium. She works at McCord's. She is also helping with her 2 younger siblings. She babysits with them. And she was just doing lots. I think she was in honor society and all kinds of things. And again, an exceptional young lady. So, I guess those are the 2 for the pool. And so I'd like to encourage you to approve those hires, and we'll get started.
You go to the last one too and just do it all.
You want to do it all at one time? Okay, and then the last one is Chuck Simpson as a maintenance assistant. He comes to us from the street department, and will probably be with us for a year, until he can go back to the street department. And this is that new position that we just got, so. There's more to it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it, but we'll just leave that.
But he operates the backhoe today. He was doing that, and he has a lot of skills that a lot of people that we do not have. So he's going to be an asset for sure. So.
Okay, so do I have a motion to hire Gracie Kitchell as pool manager, Valeria Cortez as assistant pool manager, and Chuck Simpson as maintenance assistant?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Your hirees.
Thank you.
Administrators report.
Well, you'd think we didn't have anything to do in January and February, but we've been busy. First of all, I'll let you guys talk about the clubhouse, okay? So I'll just leave that all out, okay? You talking about your other thing too. Trail cameras, we have ordered those, the contract's been signed. We have not seen them, although they were trying to get things scheduled, right?
Yeah, I'll talk about that. That was.
Okay, we'll let you talk about that, okay. Christmas in the Park, I put a final report for the finances for Christmas in the Park in your packets. And a total expenses were $49,766.19. Total income was $50,809.90. And we actually still have like $2,700 in the bank right now. So enough to kind of get us started, so.
Ended up going through.
But
How many cars ended up going through?
it was actually, you know what, I got this wrong on my annual report. I said 78, 82s. And it was actually 80, 87, 72.
Cool. Good,
Anyway,
good.
I did that. I made that mistake, so.
That's fine.
We had more cars and more more fun, more actual donations was 2814. So we really had a good event, and I think everybody was really pleased. I was telling staff today when we met about Christmas in the Park here, and Alan James from the radio station, he said, we promoted something really great, and when people went through, they felt like they got what they were promised by our promotion. So I think that we thought that that's why so many people went through and so much more donations.
The giveaways, absolutely.
Well, the giveaways were helpful, that's no doubt about it, so.
Attracted people.
And so we'll probably do some of that this next year again. We talked about what we really want to see happen for the coming season, and we were going to try to do a train display of some sort with maybe 4 to 6 cars this year, and then maybe grow a little more. A tractor. We would like to light the Eel River Shelter like we did at the depot downtown. I think it'll be amazing because people will be able to see that right from the road. They don't even have to go down to look at that. Talked about adding additional arches to the tunnel. We know the Cole family is interested in adding to the nativity. I've been working on a Purdue alumni to do the Purdue P, maybe we can find an IU alumni to do the IU. And then we talked about maybe having a Santa thing during walkthrough nights in the storage barn after everything's out of it. So got lots of ideas for sponsors, but if you got any others, we'll certainly be willing to work on that with you. So anyway. Any questions about Christmas in the Park? ADA assessment is going well. Spencer Park, Riverside, Mulehausen, and the Aquatic Center are complete. They did the Penman Building last week, and we should be getting that report probably this week or next. And so they have been working just a little bit at a time, and the reports are very comprehensive. It's things that you wouldn't think are. He said that when we talked about the Aquatic Center a little bit, he said the concrete from the east end of the pool that's closest to the bathhouse down to the little bit of drain was too much of a
Slow.
slope. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, no, it's too much of a slope. I was like, well, I mean, we're not gonna tear it out or anything, but it's like, why didn't they get that right? They should have got that right. So anyway, I'm going to let Kevin talk more about the things that we're doing with the funding. The Mondo pad is done, was placed in December. And I did get the application done for the Area Hub Country RC&D. I applied for the interpretive educational signage for there at Houston Park. So Kara and I went to visit the Environmental Education Center over in Monticello. It's just beautiful, and really enjoyed that. And what else? Okay, that's
Kevin, come on up. You're the next contestant.
Evening. So we'll jump back here real quick as she touched on the cameras. I've been in contact with Mission MSP, the people that are actually going to be installing our cameras. We're working with Verkada. They're the company that we're getting the camera system from. So the first contract that we signed with them has been approved. Everything's gone good. The equipment's been sitting with them. But there's a little bit of miscommunication on my side with that company. We're trying to establish a couple utility poles at Houston for those back cameras. So I said, hey, let's do the first part, but let's kind of wait on the back until, because there's no power back there. We're trying to find out logistically where the best place to pull power is on there. So with that all being said, I said, let's hold off on that part of it, but let's go ahead and get the other part. Well, miscommunication was hold off on the project until we get poles. So I talked to Weston just the other day, who's the representative for Mission MSP, and I said, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say let's wait. Let's go. Let's get what we can that already has power. Let's get the stuff changed out. Let's get this project started, because there is potential for a bigger project, more growth that would encompass all the parks. There's detail. We've been kind of working in the background with that to try to encompass all the parks at a 5-year rate of $30,000 a year for 5 years. But that up front, that would give us complete coverage of everything. It would give us the master plan of security in all of our parks right up front, with really no, instead of spending $100,000 right off the bat, it would be spread out over a couple of years. So that's kind of in the works. There's no been approval. It's just kind of working in the background. So I did want to bring light that the first project was kind of miscommunication, but I talked to him just actually today, and he is scheduled to be, he's going to come up, he's in Peru, he's going to come up, and we're going to talk about the project, and then they're going to get started within the next couple of weeks. So we're going to get that project going and rolling, and we'll be functional. That being said, we'll go on. My crew has been working diligently on all of our equipment, taking the cold season and kind of recouping a lot of our damaged equipment that we had during the year that we didn't have time to really get to or budget to get to. Beginning of the year, we get a new budget, so it's always like, okay, what's broken? Everything. Okay, let's start fixing it. So we've been doing that. We started on the Fairview restrooms last year with the new roof. We had a budget of $50,000 for that, so we put a new roof on it, and then we purchased all of our materials last year under that budget. And then we started stripping out those bathrooms to install new toilets, partitions, sinks, countertops, lights. I mean, it's literally from the ground up. The building will stay, as it is, but everything inside will be refreshed. All the porcelain was cracking. It was original the last about 20-ish years.
Yep, 20 years.
So it's done well. So it'll get all updated. It'll be very similar to the same type of system that's in the Iron Horse Depot. I really enjoyed seeing how that came about and that style, so we kind of mimicked what was in there. Plus, that brings uniformity. If something were to break, we have the same part throughout, kind of making things easier to order. again, we've been working on different projects. I've been purchasing equipment, snow equipment that I'll get to use. Trailers, trucks, things that we've been needing for a while have all come to fruition, and we have a new vehicle, a new Dodge 5500 that we traded our old truck for that will help better suit us for pulling the stage and things that we've been needing for years. It's a dump truck as well, so it's not like we're losing a piece of machinery. We're just upgrading to a better truck, better trailers to haul our equipment around, stuff like that, things that we've kind of needed in the past. We're working forward to getting new stuff there. And then I've been meeting with a lot of people last year with the budget for the Spencer Park. We're going to see a lot of projects out there this year, with the council approving the GO bond, the GEO bond. A lot of those projects are going to be funded under it. So we're going to be, I don't know if anybody's been through, but I've already got rid of the old garage that used to be that we housed Christmas in the Park, all those displays, and we tore that down, got it gone in a day, and we were working with a company to come in. Once the season kind of breaks a little bit, we can dig in the ground. We'll be putting a pole barn in that location. That foundation was 25 by 25. We're going to be expanding to 30 by 72. So it'll be a nice long building that will be able to house everything, with the potential of doing some stuff on the inside when that building's cleared out for Christmas in the Park, potentially a walkthrough or an event or a Santa, something like that. If we're able to do that, that would house it. That park is going to see new water lines. They are still a lead-based water line, so we're going to be replacing all those from the boulevard all the way through the park, all the way down to the pavilion. And then every junction that comes up to, we'll be putting a pit in the ground for expansion. So if there's ever a new bathroom, a new fountain that needs water, there'll be pits in the ground that we'll be able to go down and expand onto. But that will also give us the ability to shut different parts of the park off and potentially keep the bathroom open a little bit longer, put heaters in it. So when we have Christmas in the park, that facility could potentially be open because now we can turn different parts of the park off with water without blowing a line. After the lines are in, Dykeman will be coming in to mill and pave the roads.
Central paving.
Central paving,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. It was Central Paving, it was Kurt. I was talking to Dykeman. Kurt, I said it.
Grand Center.
Yep, with Central Paving will be coming in and do that. Again, we were looking at just the horseshoe aspect of it, but the idea was proposed for the north lot of High Street to be paved, and then the lower pavilion, that area down there will be paved.
Oh, that'd be nice.
It'll be,
Those were approved.
it's amazing to have that accessibility and have that paved. It just brings everything we're doing out there just one step up. And then we'll be working also in that park, getting new lighting. As it stands now, we just have a couple utility poles throughout the parks, establishing more of a formal or decorative light throughout the park on the outside of it. That would also give us the ability to run more power for Christmas in the park and stuff like that. So it's dual function. It's bringing security and lighting to the park, but also giving us the ability to have power in places we haven't had before. So, and then playground.
Say, don't forget.
I can't forget about that. We will be rehabbing the playground area back there. I took that pavilion down too. Pavilion number 2 is gone.
The old one's gone, yeah.
Because we got the new one. So, that area will be, we'll get rid of that playground, and a company will come in to actually install the new playgrounds. So all we have to do is site prep for them. So that'll be really awesome to work with them to get a new playground back in that area.
We have to do the safety surfacing too.
Yeah, but
But for them not to have to build that playground is a major.
we've done the last couple, and
Yeah.
they're fun to do, but there's other things that need to be accomplished too, so, the company will come in and to be able, we'll work with them for sure, but that's something that they specialize in, and they'll get it done in a very timely fashion, and we'll have a nice playground back there, that the kids will be able to play on safe and ready for the next 20-some years.
Cool.
So that's kind of what we've been working on.
Good job. Keep up the
Thank you.
good work.
Questions,
Nope.
concerns? Thank you.
Karen, come on up.
Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
how you doing?
Fine.
Good. I have just been busy planning, like a lot of planning, a lot of meeting with people. I feel like I've just gone to a lot of meetings, but it's fun. Dan and I got to meet with Tyler Truth and his manager, James Lagunas, but they said it called Big something. Big James. Anyway, we got to meet with him the other day at Black Dog. It was our first time having somebody who said, hey, could the newspaper come too? And I usually just meet with them and buy them a coffee, but so we got to do that. We're setting stuff up for July 4th, Daddy-Daughter Dance, Earth Day. We just had Galentine's Day. We had 45 guests attend. It's always a sold-out event. Next year, I have to consider if we want to move to a bigger venue. But it's really special because it's in our same building. It's easy to set up and tear down. The women just have a blast. We have some music, and we just try to mix it up. This year, we had Michelle Sutton from Meraki Art come and handle the art part of it, the flowers painting, and then we worked with the high school, the culinary program, and we let them decide on what they would make. Like, we asked them for ideas and said, I kind of don't know what to do. Do you guys have any ideas? And so it was really neat because the kids got to be a part of the decision-making, and they gave me 8 options. And so we did kind of like a cheese ball variety thing and puppy chow, and then Scooters donated drinks. And so that was really fun, just to kind of mix it up and have something different. And I always try to use decorations from that I use for Galentine's Day. I try to use some of it for Daddy-Daughter Dance too, just to recycle. And I took a mental health first aid class through Purdue Extension, and that just kind of helps you identify warning signs that you might see as we're working with youth and stuff. Our area has such a high suicide rate and stuff, and so anytime I can take those free classes, I think that was through IPRA as well, I go ahead and take those. Jan and I and Kevin met with Mayor Martin to just kind of discuss some of our 4th of July planning, and went to Reading Railroad and read the kids a book about winter, and then we talked about community helpers. I had some stuff from a Park in a Box, and so I brought some things that they could actually borrow and play with throughout the month, and then, give it back when I go back next month, or this month. And then I'm setting up swim lessons, camps, golf, tennis. I really would like to add futsal this year. I'm also working with the health department for our walking club. We're trying to, would like to do a kickoff this year. We'd like to have some sponsors and some prizes for people. Maybe once they walk a certain amount of miles, they can have a prize so that they will have an incentive to walk more. And just trying to find the right time for different groups of people. So, any questions?
No? Thank you, great job. Keep up the
Thank
good
you.
work. Dean, Kyle, come on up.
We don't have much going on, so we're good.
No, not at all.
Actually, me and Kyle joke, we can't wait for a year from now. Not that we want to pass time, skip a year, but, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening the next year. So, in a nutshell, the clubhouse is, I think, coming along pretty good. They've, obviously, the weather has not been the best, but they've done a
lot with it. They've made some modifications, working, 10-hour days, doing stuff like that. Steinberger and Shepler both in there at the same time doing stuff, so they have every intentions of delivering it to us in May, so, by Memorial Day, so hopefully that holds true and everything happens. Kyle, I don't know if you guys are on Facebook, but Kyle's been doing the drone videos, which I told him today, I've watched the last one 15 times, just trying to see how the layout, where parking can be, and because we're going to a ton of unknown stuff, that we don't know, so we're trying to get it all figured out as we go. Like, today we went and looked at, tables and chairs for the dining area and stuff like that. So we're moving along with that. Clubhouse is going good. I think Jan, I think you're probably pleased with we have a construction meeting every 2 weeks. It seemed like it was very positive and upbeat, and that things.
And they had everybody, it was like windows were Harris Glass was there, Clearwater Plumbing was there. Somebody else was.
There's a lot of moving parts getting
Yeah,
everything, coordinated with that. I've never been a part of a construction job even close to like this. So it's pretty amazing everything they're doing.
The inside was, you just can't, when you compare to what we have right now and you walk in this and it's like, holy cow, we're going to have a lot of room in this.
Sunday, I walked through it Sunday when nobody's around, then we walked through it Tuesday, and it's pretty amazing. I mean,
The simulator.
what we're accomplishing, the park board, the parks department, the city, the council, I mean, everybody should be extremely proud of. It's going to be something else, and it's going to be something to be very, very proud of. And that's just one of our many projects we got going on. Anything else on the clubhouse, Kyle? Do you have anything?
No, the videos are gonna get a lot more boring because the outside's not gonna.
He's gonna have to fly through with your drone.
Can you fly through it?
The May date, that's before the IHSA sectionals? Okay.
Sectional's June 6th, so.
June 6th, okay.
I mean, John.
He's had that deadline date.
Yeah, and we have one outing before that, our bigger outing, and we've already kind of made provisions for that to be able to work around and do some extra parking and stuff like that. So we're confident we'll handle everything this spring, good and everything. So, most people are patient a little bit, so, knock on wood, everything will go pretty good for us, and good weather, which now they're almost getting enclosed, so the weather part's not
It's not an issue.
not as much of an issue, I mean, earlier when they talked about like a foot of snow a few weeks ago, I was like panic mode, because I knew that would, really put them behind. So one of the other things we got going on, I don't want to repeat myself because we've talked about some of this stuff, but is the pole barn, the cold storage barn that we were going to do last year. We encumbered that money. That's supposed to start soon. They went to get a permit, a little hiccup with that. But anyway, that should start, and that will go into the field that we purchased recently for the driving range. It will go there to be able to work out of and have range balls and stuff, where it's going to be a dual purpose building now. So that will be great. Just one step over there. We've been working on the fence row, getting that cleared, and getting trees and from the tree or the fence line and everything removed. So we can hopefully have a really good spring this year and get the driving range,
Sure.
some seating and some stuff going on with that. There's a lot with that. That's a whole nother meeting and stuff, but the driving range will be a huge thing this spring that we're doing.
We're not, people aren't actually going to be able to use the new driving range this first year, right? I mean, this summer?
More than likely, no.
Okay.
Let's just leave it at that. We're not planning on it. Everything goes good, we could be up and
Because we
going.
really want some grass to get,
Well,
Yeah,
I don't want to drag out the meeting, the weather's, but if we can get some good established grass in the landing area, the tee won't be built until the spring or till later this summer. So officially, the whole driving range opening won't be till 2026. If for some reason we can get some good solid grass out there to hit some range balls once in a while, especially during girls' golf season or something, we will do that. But it's a long shot. I mean, I don't want to say it's a long shot. We just need all the stars to align for us just good. Yeah. Don't you, I mean,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah, I mean, we're gonna do everything we can to make sure it doesn't affect the overall operations, but the simple way to put it is that it will. And we're just gonna have to make best with what we've got, and
but a year from now, it's a different game. You know, cart paths will be finished, you know, that's another project this fall, so there's a lot going on, and Kyle's been working on, I mean, I can let him speak for himself, but, he's been working on, you know, just getting the scheduling done with the outings and events and things, so. Maintenance side's going good, I mean, we're sharpening grills and doing all that stuff, so we're, you know, I always like to point out, a lot of people don't know, but we do have over 90 pieces of equipment. So there's, you know, with all the golf carts and all the mowers, that's a lot of maintenance going on right now.
no, everything's, I'm not gonna add in anything. We were up to 57 season passes already sold for this year, so that's pretty normal for where we're at, so.
Prices last year?
Same price as last year, nothing's changed, so we're just chugging along.
We did decide not to do our annual golf outing
Yes.
in April, and maybe we can do it later, but it's just too
Too much stuff going on with the
much stuff
clubhouse.
going on.
And you're still gonna have construction stuff up there.
Yeah, and especially in April. And one thing, people ask me, you know, what we're gonna do with the clubhouse, like a grand opening. We'll figure something out. I mean, if they tell me I can move in Monday, we're moving in Monday, you know, and we're working out of it, you know. We're not, you know, I mean, I'm not worried about the theatrics at that point or doing anything, because when we do it, I'd like to do it right, you know, and make sure people can put it on their schedule in the evening or something and come out there and get a nice tour and everything. And I kind of think that's kind of what me and Jan had talked about, just something, you know, get us settled in there, and a couple months down the road or 6 weeks or something, we'll do a little something in the clubhouse in the evening, meet and greet and all that good stuff.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay?
Great
Safe
job,
travels home,
guys.
it's getting slick.
Visitors' comments? Board comments, Eamon?
Comment.
Mike? Jason? Your turn. No? Well, just the usual, thanks to Jan and Kelly and Kara and Kevin and Dean and Kyle and all the park staff for the hard work you guys continue to do. With that being said, we are adjourned at 6:08.